What's up? This is DJ Niggma, aka Mr. E, representing fmusicproductions.biz for all your beats and information about music business, including music production, songwriting, music marketing, and whatever miscellaneous stuff I put on there, just for fun. But anyway, this particular video, I want to talk about figurative language. If you're seeking to increase your songwriting skills, in the fact that you want to be respected, you want to hit the higher tiers of lyrical genius, then you need to use some proven techniques, which is known as figurative language. All the greats use figurative language. Every great songwriter or performer uses figurative language as a means of improving their career. There you go. See the shirt. I'll crank it up. Every great performer, no matter if you like any musician, the reason why you like them is because of the way they use figurative language in their songs. That's because figurative language is effective because it adds style, rhetoric, and stimulation to songwriting into songs. Style. Let me start off by talking about the style. You can hear somebody like you can hear Lil Wayne rap and kind of get in tune with Lil Wayne for his characteristics and everything, and then you can hear somebody else and be like that dude kind of puts things together like Lil Wayne does. That's cause even though it's not Lil Wayne doing it, it's a completely different voice. You still can feel the hint that the guy was influenced by Lil Wayne, for example. That's because Lil Wayne has his own style of doing things. There's a certain set of figurative language techniques that he uses, in combination that nobody else is using. Another example is Big Boy, one of my favorite artists personally. He has a way of using a rhyme scheme where he'll do an A-B-A rhyme scheme, and he uses it very often. And it's one of the things I like about it because it makes a song sounds better and flows better a little bit. And it's just something that I picked up on, especially after I started getting into music, into songwriting and analyzing, how it works and everything. The reason I'm moving back because you see that the sun, it's like almost 6 o'clock here, and the sun is beaming through, and I have to sit back because it's real bright right here. And I usually sit like this close, but it's real bright, and I have to sit back a little bit. Anyway, that's why my hands are bright. It's because of the sun is beaming in over there. Anyway, figurative language, style techniques. It adds style to it because if you just get on the track and just start talking, riding down the street, I went to McDonald's, ordered number 2, didn't want fries, but they added fries, didn't like it, it was a bad day. It's boring, And you think it's funny because I actually heard a song the other day, and these guys was talking about how dudes ain't real and everything, and they was very plain with it. They was very straightforward in how they delivered it. Now they could have went another way, and if they would have done it in a way where they were just a better storyteller, which I'm gonna make a video. I have a video about storytelling, as a matter of fact, because if you know how to tell stories, then that works too. But these guys, they didn't have very good storytelling skill. Their storytelling skill wasn't developed enough, so it seemed very bland. And they didn't use any figurative language. So it made for a very bland song. I understand what they were saying. I understand the points they was making. But it was very bland. Their delivery was very bland. So figurative language helps your delivery. It helps you add some style and some flair to how you make your songs. With that, it adds a rhetorical effect. Now, Webster defines rhetoric, which is where it comes from. The root word rhetorical is rhetoric. It defines rhetoric as the art or skill of speaking formally and effectively especially as a way to persuade or influence people. That sounds great. You know, as a songwriter, that sounds great because you want to influence people, especially on a marketing aspect. You want to influence them to become a fan of your music. You want to influence people because a lot of artists want to have an impact in the world and to make changes in the world around them. So you want to convey. It helps. The figurative language helps you convey your message in a smoother way that gets assimilated easier than speaking blandly and very literal. You know, because there's literal language where you just speak direct, and there's figurative language which is kind of artsy and has that style and rhetorical effect and the stimulant effect. You know, lastly, speaking of stimulant, it's how stimulation happens. You know, some of our greatest songs that we have that come to memory. You know, one song is R. Kelly's "I Can Believe I Can Fly." Right now, I remember as a kid, we had an officer who's talking about how children are taking songs very literally, and I thought it was silly at first. But then as an adult, I started seeing people actually believing things, you know, believing that certain rappers are actual killers. You know, I mean, they may have done it in the past, but I don't believe they're doing it now. You know, I don't believe they're on, when they get to the point of making music videos on a regular, I don't think they're killing people on a regular anymore. I think it's safe to say that. But he was talking about how, when that song came out, I Believe I Can Fly, he was talking about how kids was actually thinking that he's actually talking about flying, like jumping off a house and flying. And I thought it was the silliest thing ever, because I knew in my mind he's not talking about flying. You know, it was a figurative language. It's not about flying. He just believes in possibilities. He believes he can do extraordinary things, you know, with himself. And you know, and that's what figurative language does. It makes that connection. You know, one good song is "Eye of the Tiger." You know, great song. It's not talking about actual eye of a tiger. You know, it's talking about, you know, having that drive and that ambition to go against the odds. That's what figurative language does. That's the kind of songs you want. You don't like songs because of how literal they are. Very few people. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there who like literal songs. You know, but they're mostly, if they like a literal song, it's mostly in the storytelling aspect, in my opinion. And I can prove that when I do if you watch my storytelling video, I can show you why storytelling is so important. And it's more appropriate for literal speaking. If you want to talk about the truth and about how your life was, now it's getting dark. If you want to talk about the truth, dynamic videos. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. Alright. So if you want to talk about the truth and things in the very literal aspect, I think that's more appropriate for a storytelling setting or composition in your song. But if you want to talk about things, you want to be a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more, have more artistic and lyrical effect. Do you want to stick to using figurative language techniques such as puns, metaphors, allegories, things of that nature? These are all figurative. A lot of figurative language and rhetorical language overlaps. So, for the sake of argument, I just say they're kind of both the same because there's very few that are separate. You know, think about like when Johnny Cochran was in the court with the O.J. Simpson case. He was like, if the glove don't fit, then you must omit. That was rhetorical. He was using a rhetorical technique when rhyming, combined with rhyming, to convey his message. You know, and there's a reason for that, because it's effective. It's been proven throughout the ages that this technique is effective for writing and speech. So, if you want to step your game up, you need to step up your figurative language game. You need to step up using your rhetorical language. Tell you what, matter of fact, go to your favorite search engine, Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever you're on, and search figurative language and search for rhetorical language. Right now, the most popular thing that's going on is the like thing. You know, I like the like, you know, that's used a lot. It's kind of, it seems just a common thing. So I think if you can really stand out right now in 2000, just coming, we're wrapping up 2013 right now, but coming to 2014 or whenever in the beginning, you know, try to use some other figurative language. Puns is still good. That's when you take a song, you take a word and kind of mess with it a little bit, you know, like saying tight, you know, that's tight, you know, people, I don't know if people still use their, you know, some people still use it every now, spotting and everything, or swag, you know, play around with the words, you know, play around with the words and everything. That's still a very powerful technique, is to use puns. Also, metaphors, you know, some people use it like a lot, you know, I get down like this, or I don't know, I cut like baubles, get more cut than baubles, you know, or something. You know, that's called a simile, as a matter of fact. It's when you use a comparison that involves the word like or as. So if you say, like or as. So you said, I'm going blank. I thought I was like a bump. I was gonna wait. I'm gonna go to the sun to get a slushy. And I thought like a million likes for this video, and now I'm sitting in front of the video and I'm freezing up. But I don't know, pick a Lil Wayne song. He got like a bunch of likes. He's always liked something. You know, that's a simile. You know, how about using metaphors? How about talk about you are? You know, you're the lion in the prairie or something. You know, the Black Panther in the jungle, because the Black Panther, matter of fact, is the king of the jungle. Technically, not a lion. But anyway. You know, be something, you know, as a metaphor, and they use all kind of other stuff. Wikipedia has a good list of figurative language. If you type in figurative language, they have a list of techniques and everything. It's a lot that you can choose from, and not too many people know them. When I looked at it, I thought it was just a few, because we went over in class. I remember going to grade school and we went over a few, about like a dozen of them. I thought, man, that's it. But apparently there's a lot more. There's a lot more lyrical technique and rhetorical techniques that are out there. And you can use some of the main ones and some underlying and then some secondary techniques, and really make up your own style that is hard for people to bite. You know? And you can put it out there. That could be your own visual style. I got straighten shirt. I'm silly on these. I'm trying to flow to my videos, so I'm getting kind of silly now. But anyway, you know, research figurative language. You know, figure out a way to get it incorporated into your songs. And once you pick a few of them that you want to try, you know, a list of them that you want to try out and use in your songs, write some songs with those techniques. Put them in there. Get a good understanding of them and write some songs. Also, I partnered up with a guy who was a ghostwriter for 5 years. He has an ebook that you're willing to check out. If you want, I got a link to it below. But also, tell me what you think. Is figurative language, has it been effective in your songs? Now that I brought it up, do you see a lot of it in the songs that you actually like now? Or do you disagree? Do you think it doesn't help at all? Do you think it doesn't matter if you use it doesn't matter if you use figurative or literal language? Let me know. Leave a comment below on YouTube and on my website. Let me know. epicmusicproductions.biz. Until the next time, though, man, peace. Take care, man, and work on that skill. I don't care what you say. Do the figurative language and tell me it ain't gonna work. If you ain't using it now, use it. Just try it out and see how people respond to it. All right, then, peace.